Coin truth seekers to this rather hostile Monday morning, July 19th, 6:20 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. So, today is one of those days that we ponder, is buying the dip a good idea? Well, it's dipping right now and it was dipping before now. So, be careful about buying the dip right to zero. All right, with that said, bitcoindailyyview.com. There's more for you there. Link to some cool articles. Not being a negative person this morning, but wow, what an open for the market, for the crypto market this Monday morning. A powerful and beautiful plummet. So, with that said, uh, Akeda.com, he's got a cool new Doge meme tensor pendant. It's cool. It's got some sacred geometry here on one side, and it's got Doge on the other. So if you really are into the much wow, you might need one of these. Anyhow, also, that Martini guy, he's a good trader, good YouTuber. And right before the market dump this morning, he tweeted, "I just longed Ethereum at 1,862." Well, it didn't work out for you there, Mr. Martini guy, and well, me either, to be honest with you. But when I think about buying ETH or buying Bitcoin, if you are dip buying, which I do kind of summarize here in this graphic, it's much better, much better, much more wow to buy confirmed uptrends rather than dips because you don't know when the dip is done. If you were laddering down with small buys and that was part of a plan, then you're good to go. If you got a plan for sideways, a plan for laddering down, and a plan for a pump, that's what you really need right now because one of those three things is going to happen every day and then ultimately long term, depending on what time frame you're looking at. But today, this morning, really sucks ass as far as the crypto market. All right, none of this is true. But breaking, Las Vegas, Nevada has now reordered a mandatory mask mandate. I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody tweeted it. Interesting. Also, one person did comment on that Martini guy's tweet here, and he said, "Are you for real, bro? 16K GBTC was unlocked yesterday, and we're about to see the side effects." And like the Martini guy said, they got the Bitcoin yesterday. They could have sold already if they wanted anyway. I don't know why we're jumping this morning, but I don't think it's a GBTC. I don't think it's grayscale because just without getting into it, I don't think that's what it is. It's not how their system works. Even if everybody sold their GBTC, now that it's unlocked, if they had a lot of sell pressure, that to me is not going to affect BTC so much because Grayscale is not going to sell their BTC. So I think that would, like I said, I don't think that's going to have a wide market effect. And also check this out. This is from 7 hours ago. This mega whale purchased around 30,000 bitcoins over the last weekend. So and this is already a big wallet. I forget, but this wallet already has, well, this couple of wallets. This one individual, whoever it is, or institution. Yeah, I think the cumulative Bitcoin holdings of the 8 addresses that they have are 144,000 BTC, 4.5 billion. So anyway, um, just saying, just realize that even with these market manipulations right now, because that's what it is. I mean, between 30 and 40K, we've been purely manipulated as far as the Bitcoin price goes. It's been 60 days plus, I think, now of pure manipulation, holding it in that range, making retail investors kind of sad. But at the same time, uh, realize that the whales are buying the crap out of it. So, they're, unless the layers of the deep state are truly at war with one another, and we'll see what happens. I mean, to defend the fiat dollar would, the empire, as I call it, devastate companies and people, etc., financially by some shenanigans. They certainly would in a second, but it's all a matter of can they, will they, whatever. Realize one nice thing about the deep state, it has layers like a CPU has cores, and they're not all on the same page. So there's battles at the top, and I think we're seeing that. So anyway, but check this out. Mega Whale did purchase 30,000 bitcoins over the weekend. That's a tremendous amount of money, and they already had a lot. So I believe that the big money knows more than we do. I know that's probably a weird way of looking at it, but quite often they do. They're on the conference calls that we're not on. They have optics that we don't have. Unless you're a mega whale and you're listening to this, and I have a little insider knowledge on that. I have seen some of their optics, and they know things that we don't. Mainly they're, like I say, on the conference calls where they plan the week like they planned this morning, quite literally. So with that said, I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. I don't really think we'll range any lower than that, like between 25 and 30K. If they push it that low and decide to range it there, we'll see. But like I say, big, mega, super crazy money is buying Bitcoin every day, and this is proof of it over the last weekend. So, at least right this very moment, I don't see the big money that knows more than we do, that has greater optics, buying what they're buying if Bitcoin's actually going to get, go potty. So, and also realize that a lot of this big money, it can range it sideways for a year and then dump it 10% and range it sideways for a year and then pump it. They have different timetables than we do. It's a little different. The retail trader is trying to pay their mortgage, where the whale is trying to wreck the retail investor, retail trader, and they don't care if they sit on a dumped market for 5 years and then pump it and buy an extra yacht or whatever. It's a whole different story. But anyway, that's the way it goes. So coal-based Bitcoin mining jumps in Kazakhstan amid China's ban. So all those miners that were in China, they're all fleeing. They're all getting out of there. I'm really glad that China actually let them leave and didn't like harvest their organs or something. So it's cool. They got their chance to take off, and they have. They're moving to free states here in America, like Texas, I think, and North Carolina. Love to see some come to Arizona. I personally would love to work at a Bitcoin mining farm, a big one. That would be so cool. Anyway, cool coal-based Bitcoin mining jumps in Kazakhstan amid China's ban. And you know what? Green New Deal morons, tough shit. Burn that coal and mine that Bitcoin. Fuck the pandas. Anyway, exposing the technocratic transhumanist cyber pandemic agenda with Whitney Webb. This is a link to over at I linked to this in the show over at Bitcoin Daily View. Whitney Webb, an amazing mind. I can't believe this human actually exists. I really am in awe of her, and uh, this is an amazing, like, 2 hour chat about exposing the technocratic transhumanist cyber pandemic agenda with Whitney Webb. This is so, if you so desire, if these kind of things move you, this is truly, absolutely 100% worth watching. Now, let's look at the Schumann resonance today. Is there a big spike as Bitcoin dumps? Let me actually refresh this. How is Nope. Kind of a quiet day right now. So anyway, Schumann resonance, universal energy, kind of like Earth pulse, is pretty stable this morning. All right, let's look at Coin 360. No point to look at this really. I mean, it's a red day in the market. I'm not sure if any alts actually survived this morning's dump. But one thing, until the dump happened, we were negative on spot trading and future trading on Binance, and right now we're up 5% for spot and up 6% for futures. So that's probably stop losses getting hit and stuff, and maybe people buying the dip. But basically, it's nice to see the volume up. Usually, when we get a dump, futures and spot volume does go up on Binance. Looking at the Bitcoin trading volume explicitly, it was just 2 billion. Oh gosh, like an hour ago, not very long ago. Now it's 2.4 billion. Not bad. Slight pickup. That's probably whales wrecking the shorts and buying the wrecked carnage. So anyway, volume is still very low today, but it took about almost half a billion jump in the last, I think, maybe hour. So looking at longs versus short sentiment on Binance, for all that groovy volume is 68% long, 31% shorts for Bitcoin, not bad. For Ethereum, 69% long, 30% shorts. So through this wreckage, we do see a long sentiment still. One thing I want to note here is Bitcoin shorts. This is a 15-minute chart. If you look right around here, where it started, where that dump started, you can see shorts have gone down. Basically, shorts weren't very high anyway. They definitely have gone down since they made their money. So the shorts have sold in massive profit probably at this point. Bitcoin versus USDT on the daily. We're below the 314 moving average. RSI continues to go down. And also do note that the MACD on the daily is absolutely dismal. This is a chart from Jordan over at the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat. He makes a great 4-hour chart here showing some powerful support levels that he has found over time. And as we cruise down here, we can see it's getting pinched. It's a downwards channel. There's a slight pinch to it. We shall see what happens. In his ultimate wisdom, he shows the next support level, if we continue going down, around 29,500. We'll see if that happens. All right. Here's the 45-minute chart for Bitcoin. As we can see, we've been playing with this beautiful support, and it looked good this morning. Maybe make a move off that. Anyway, nope, the whales have dumped it a good deal this morning. I could look and see exactly how much. Let's see, where's my little forecast tool? They dumped it about, well, really, if you think about it, only no more than 2% is the dump play this morning, but they did it in like an hour or less. I mean, it was kind of insta dump. You can really see it if you look at let's look at like a 3-minute chart. You can see that, most of the dump we had today happened in about 6 minutes. So if we do the forecast tool again, go from the top of that to the bottom of that, that was almost 2% in, about 3 to 6 minutes. So anyway, that definitely is a coordinated um, that that is a coordinated uh, bombing run on Bitcoin. Who did it? How did it happen? I don't know. We're not seeing a lot of Bitcoin volume, trading volume, so obviously it's whales doing their thing. Ethereum had a beautiful support that had been bouncing off of for a while. I was thinking this morning, I was kind of like with Martini guy, and I thought, yeah, maybe it'd be a nice spot just to do a little ladder in. Anyway, as you can see, that did not work for me. So, well, for now at least. HNT Halo, a cool coin that I like. Just referencing this because it represents a lot of vaults. This one is not doing too bad. So recently it's been up to 200 moving average. It is balanced. It's been dumping with Bitcoin being flaccid, and this morning it dumped it even harder. So anyway, this is actually, when you think of alts in general, it's only just below its 200 moving average, and it has not really free falled with Bitcoin. So, some alts like Halo here, HNT, are strong. Some alts are really holding on, and I'm starting to watch those and collect those. So I think those will be the ones that, when I say collect, I mean I keep watching them. I think when they get a confirmed uptrend, they're going to be the ones that really make some moves as soon as Bitcoin finds some stability, especially above the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart for 12 to 24 hours. I think that's when we're going to see some alts like Halo, who just aren't taking this laying down. They're gonna move. Doge versus USDT, it dumped this morning. It does not have a lot of fight in it, but ultimately it's not dumping as bad as some others. So Doge, not too positive of a chart, but not completely dying. SHIB, yeah, it's kind of dumping hard with this morning's dump. Anyway, just referencing some alts to show some charts to see what we're seeing. But anyway, let's do one more little look here at Bitcoin here on the. Let's do a 1-minute chart. Yeah, you can see where most of that dump happened, like literally within 3 minutes, and now it's going sideways. Let's see if we find support. It looks like we're beginning to build some support on this dump here. Let's see how that continues. Looking at Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum on the 1-minute chart also. Really, it looks just like Bitcoin. It broke below a nice little support level it had been bouncing off of. It does look like it happened all at once, of course, which is following Bitcoin, and it's working on some support now too. So that question that we're always asking ourselves, is this the moment to buy the dip after this dump? Could be. I can tell you that I bought right before the dump and thought, what a great deal. And I'm thinking the same thing now. And like I always belabor, be careful about buying the dip unless it's part of a strategy that you have. I mean, when I say I bought the dip, I'm just putting small buys in, laddering down with it. My substantial, money for trading is in USDC or USDT right now. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to turn around. I don't like being so hedged out of Bitcoin because I am a Bitcoin truth seeker, but I got to pay the rent, so I can't be screwing around. I don't have time for the long-term investment, kind of just hodl and pray, especially when globalists are trying to destroy it, calling it terrorism, etc., like that. So take this world seriously. Have a good time. Follow your trading plan, also your intuition, and as you can tell, my intuition didn't work for me this morning, so sometimes the trading plan is the better plan to follow. But I think in the end, my intuition also paid off because I think this dump, one of the nice things about if you are laddering down some as part of a trading plan with Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least for those two, I know that I have confidence that even though I blew it today and I'm in the red on that trade, probably by this afternoon or whenever, I'll be back in the green. So when it comes to laddering down, with kind of buying this bottom of this range now and then. Almost gone dollar cost averaging weekly when I see a nice dip or I see some stability. Basically, really not following very good trading rules in my opinion, or my usual ones. But with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I know if I get in the red, if I blow it, I'm only doing small buys, just because those will end up being some nice profit when it turns around. And if it doesn't, I am substantially all out. Anyway, with that said, this is a glorious day. I'm telling you, there is no better way to start Monday than a good dump. And it looks like maybe we're having a turnaround here. Are we? Let's see. Let's have some fun. Well, let's go to for Bitcoin here, let's go to the 1 second chart because, well, see if I can melt this CPU here. All right, come on, 1 second. Let's see it. Let's see it. Where are we going? Oh, 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 oh. If you ever really want to have some fun, get the pro version of TradingView, and you can follow the 1 second chart. And there are people who actually, literally, they scalp this. They are real men and real women with so much more, cojones than I have. Whoa, look at that. Okay. Anyway, I could watch this forever, but we gotta close this video up. Anyway, Bitcoin truth seekers, remember, even in days like this where we are, licking our wounds this morning, if you happen to be in any alt trades or whatever, this is not a day that works out really much for anyone except people who are hedged out or who had shorts in. So anyway, for those few people that are hedged out and those few people that had shorts that made money, bless you. I'm glad you're doing well. For anyone else who's long right now, or swing trading, or investing in Bitcoin, well, you know what? You're good to go. Same with ETH. We will bounce and we'll be good to go. Anyway, this is how you start the week, with a good dump. I tend to think that a good dump on Monday tends to sometimes set up for a good week in trading, even though that might be counterintuitive. Hit the bottom like a junkie on Monday, and then, well, life is just golden after that. It can only get better. So everybody, take care.